Hello everyone. My name is Suraj Nagarwal and I'm back with a new episode. Welcome to the Great Marketers Show where I interview the top and the great marketers and entrepreneurs. Where I believe that all entrepreneurs should take off their entrepreneurship hat and put on their marketer's hat. Because of the good marketing, we are able to make changes, we are able to make impact on more lists. So, overall, here you will get all your marketing answers. So today we're inviting the one and only William Winald. He's the founder of the MVP Club. So today we are talking about how William became the top three affiliates of Clickfunnels and won a coaching call with Russell Brunson and launched the MVP Club. He left behind many big affiliates of Clickfunnels and become the top three affiliates in the contest of the perfect webinar. So this is the guy who just left 15,000 affiliates behind and became top three affiliates of ClickFunnels. So this is the underdog guy, and so please let me invite the one and only William. Hi, William. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, my friend. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm so much grateful to have you on my show, brother. I'm so much grateful to have you on my show.
Thank you so much. You caught me off guard a little bit. I was doing this. People probably wondering what's that he's got going on. It's a boom boom stick. It gets you a bit hyped up. They're really good. I always use them before interviews and to get myself in the right state and such. It really pumps me up. So I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. So I hope the audio is clear and I'm loud to you, right?
Perfect.
Audio is fine to you? Yeah. Okay. So if people are watching live, then put hashtag live, and if you're just watching it as a replay, then put the hashtag replay. Okay. So we are just starting the interview today with William, and I would like to know the first and the important thing. Could you tell me about your backstory?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Sarai, if you guys are on live, I'd love to see your guys' comments. Let's make sure we spread it. Like the more you guys comment, the more you engage, tap that heart button and everything, the more other people will come and see it as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm meaning to share like everything that comes question from you, because from you, Sarai, and questions from people watching. So please drop your questions, drop your notes and comments down below. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So yeah, my backstory, it's I don't know, it's crazy. I think for me, I've always felt entrepreneurial, but I didn't know what to do with it. And after high school, I didn't know what to do. Either I get a job or I go to university. And I didn't want to do either one of those. Then I got the chance to attend university in the US, play soccer there at the same time. And that just seemed more fun to me. So that's what I decided to do. But studying there for about half a year, for the first semester, things were going great. Like I was getting almost straight A's, the best grades I've ever had in school. And I was first week, I was athlete of the week in my entire college. I was playing great soccer. School was doing good, but I just felt like I was being drawn away from that entrepreneurial spirit that I always felt. Maybe some of you guys can relate. I felt like I was not doing what I was meant to be. I should be doing more. I should be having more impact and helping more people and, making more money. I didn't want to spend the next 4 years not making any money because I legally was not allowed to work there. And then just to get a degree, which there's no guarantee you make money with a degree. There really isn't. So, despite friends and family telling me not to drop out and just keep on going with it, I decided to drop out, flew back home to Sweden, and I wanted to test the online thing out and become an online entrepreneur, because at college I had seen different courses, different gurus and such, and I was super eager to really dig into it. And I did, and it went awful. I sucked for the first year and a half. I didn't make any money whatsoever. And, I got a D in marketing back in high school. So I was not a natural whatsoever. And then I got a few mentors who introduced me to certain things and taught me how to do things organically and how to get into affiliate marketing, which is still what I do, selling other people's products. And that's what's helped me. I'm still doing like the same principles and everything I learned like almost 2 years ago or so. I'm still using today. It's all organic, and it becomes really, really fun when you learn a few core principles that you can apply, and it just multiplies after that. It's really cool.
That's great. And I just make sure telling the one thing that I'm also the college dropout student, and and degree cannot fill our dreams. And literally, this is the true thing that you can say every entrepreneur is sharing the thing that a degree cannot fill our dreams. And
Yeah.
you can say 100% agree with that statement.
I
So
love
could
that
you tell
quote,
me?
man. I haven't heard that before. I really like it. Thanks for telling me that. You rock, man.
Thank you so much, thank you so much. So how did you start this affiliate marketing, and how did you get your first sale, and how was the experience at that time when you started?
Yeah, fun question looking back at it. So I started in the beginning of 2019, so almost like 3 years ago now. That's when I got into affiliate marketing, and I had a mentor who taught me how to do certain things. And I had studied these courses from gurus, and they were all saying use paid ads, paid ads, paid ads, and I was trying, but I was just wasting money. I wasn't making any money at all. Um, and then I learned how to do it organically without paid ads from my mentor, who said, like, those guys are lying. You don't need to do it. Let me show you how to do it. And I went and I took action on it. And I got my first few sales doing that. And it's all from Facebook. I've learned to do Facebook marketing organically on Facebook. So what I started doing and how I got my first sale is just by being really helpful in a lot of Facebook groups. Like, I understood, like, okay, so what am I trying to sell there? I'm trying to sell this product. Who wants it? Well, these people want it. Okay, where can I find this like group of people, niche, if you want to say so? Where can I find that niche online in a Facebook group? Because there are Facebook groups out there for everything. And if you're selling software products or selling like whatever, there are so many techie groups. You can go out there and help people. So that's what I started doing. I joined these Facebook groups, and every single day I went in there and I started answering questions for people. And I'd answer 5 questions a day, 10 questions a day, and sooner or later people like recognize me as the go-to guy to get questions answered from. And that made me look like an authority in the groups, and that made me seem like someone trustworthy, because we're helping people like when you help them, right? You seem trustworthy, they get to know you a little bit, and they get to like you because you're helping them already. And I started creating relationships with people just by helping them, and that's how I got my first few sales. It comes very organically. When you're helping people, they can tell if you're bullshitting them or not. And if you're consistently helping people, they're going to like you. And if you can find what problems those people have, and they're often the same if they're in those Facebook groups, then selling them becomes really, really easy because they already like you. So that's how I got my first few sales. It's just by helping people in Facebook groups. Believe it or not, that's still what I do. I created my own Facebook group just to create my own community, which I believe in so much as well. But it all started with that.
That's awesome, and I know you are just doing and making the huge impact by providing the massive value to your audience and the people that already have some of the issues, and they are the part of the ClickFunnels and other groups as well as. So my next question is, or you can say this is the biggest thing when in the starting, how did you represent yourself and how did you make the relationship? Because when some of the people are
Yeah.
going directly to their dream client, they are not able to make the relationship, they are not able to ask the right question to them. So how did
Yeah.
you uh, figure out their problems and pains at that situation?
Yeah, I think that's a big issue. I'm glad you brought that up because, like you say, a lot of people try this and they try to create those relationships, but they're coming at it from an angle of how can I do the least to like get the most? How can I help them like just by answering a single question, like with a 1 sentence answer and get like the most amount of money from them? And that's not how you want to approach it. You want to help as much as you can, expect nothing in return except for a relationship. A relationship is all you're looking for because that's how you create those relationships. You help people up front. That's how they're going to like you. So when I'm talking like helping people in Facebook groups, there's probably 5 people who've already answered the post by the time you see it, but they're not as thorough as yours. So if you give a more longer, more structured, you just try to help them more, they're gonna go to you for the answer. They're gonna like you more because you did that extra thing. So when you're doing that, when you start talking with people as well, like in Messenger or wherever you're doing it, you're making your own posts, they're gonna look to you as someone of authority. And that's how you can position yourself, like even though you're not an expert, which I was certainly not in the beginning, but I was helping a lot of people. Most of the time you can just Google the answer to the question, And by doing that, you become an authority, and you don't have to position yourself in any other way, because they've already in their mind told themselves that you're an authority because you keep helping people.
That's great. That's great. And you make a huge authority of yourself in front of a lot of audience. They are just loving your work. They are just loving to you what you are just doing. So so the thing is, when you just want the top three affiliates of the thing, so how the things getting smoothly on your in your journey, how the people getting so much believe on you, and how did you do everything? Could you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. Fun question. Thanks for the kind words, brother. I think for me, like, I could have done the Facebook part and help people and just keep doing that and have like a lot of different relationships. But I've read Expert Secrets. It's in my backpack right here. I like always I keep it wherever I go. Keep it on me wherever I go. And it's a big part of that book is just like becoming an expert, but also like creating a community of people. And so I took all those relationships that I created that already like me and I like them, right? I created a Facebook group. I created a community around that. Me as the front figure, me as the authority, creating as the expert of that Facebook group, and all these different people joining. They already like me. They already see me as an authority. Now they have a Facebook group, and they can all conversate back and forth. And I've created a community where people, they can feel safe, they can feel heard, they can feel supported. They get trainings from me, and they get the community. They don't just get me because they already had that, but they get all the other people as well who have some common problems, common values, goals, all of that. And creating a community like that is why I've been able to, just have a few good months or weeks or days as an affiliate to actually, like you said, becoming a top 3 affiliate with ClickFunnels by winning or by coming top 3 in that contest, which earned me a coaching call with Russell Brunson. That would not have been possible if I didn't create my own community, because that's my list. That goes so much further than just a one-off sale. That's how you can get one sale from a person, and then you just keep getting sales from them all the time because they're in your community. It's really cool.
That's huge thing. That's the golden nugget for me as well as, and I thought my audience is making the notes on that, and this is the very huge thing that he just sharing with us. You have to make the notes, and I will just give you the replay of this interview, and you can just make the notes and replicate the same thing that our guest is doing. So, what are your biggest takeaways after achieving that particular milestone?
Yeah, it's I think it is go it's a lot of work. Like it's it's a lot of work, and that might suck, but it's so worth it. Like everything you get from it, like I got to talk with Russell, for God's sake. Like it meant a lot to me. And I when I talked with Russell, I asked him like, what's one trait, like what's one demand you like require from a young entrepreneur like me? And it was like, man, it's just a lot of hard work. You got to put in the hours. Like you got to put in the hours at the gym, which, for us, it's in front of the computer, and just work your butt off. Like there's no one supporting you. There's no one supporting you during the night hours when you're putting in the midnight oil. It's just you, and you've got to keep that mindset yourself. Like this winter, it's winter now in Sweden, and I'm just in that mindset right now. Like it's grinding season. It's just work season. Like I'm not going to have a lot of fun over the coming 3 months, except from like what I get from what I'm grinding right now, the work that I'm putting in. And it's just a lot of that. I think we were talking before as well, and I said like last year 2020 was my first Funnel Hacking Live, which is ClickFunnels annual event, and I made sure like I'd got to do whatever I can to get there. And I got the money to attend just a few weeks before the actual event, booked my tickets, went there, had a blast, changed my life. And then this year with COVID and everything, it just seemed like it was impossible for me to go there, because it's in the US. I'm from Sweden, and the US banned travelers coming from Sweden. So, on paper, there was no way I could get into the US. There was no way I could make it work. But always got to work hard, always got to find a way. So I found a loophole where I could go to Mexico for 2 weeks and then enter the US. And I was talking to Russell. I was actually met Russell at Fun Liking Live, and I was like, yeah, I just made it here. And it's like, yeah, you're from Sweden. How'd you make it? And I'm like, well, let me tell you, I because he'd heard stories of a bunch of people who can't make it from Europe, and he's like, wow, just working hard, right? Just making it work, and that's what you got to do. You just got to put in those hours, doing the things that others not willing to do.
This is the huge thing, that because you want to do that, you want to attend the FHL. That's why you are just visit to the Mexico for the 2 weeks. Then after that, the FHL. This is the huge thing. If people want to do something, then they have to take the action. They have to put off their butt and just they have to
Yeah.
take the action first. Because without action, we can't do anything. So the thing is, because you had just won the one-on-one coaching call with Russell Brunson. So how was the experience, and what was the questions you have asked to Russell? What type of questions you have asked?
Yeah, I just like I thought about this for a long time. Like I knew I was like the contest ended in November, I think, last year. So about a year ago now, and then the call was in February, I think, February or March, something like that, and the next year. So we're like a few months before I got to make. Like I had a lot to think through, and I I wanted to be super strategic about it because like if I ask questions that are valid now, I'm not gonna like this is once in a lifetime opportunity talking with Russell. So if I ask questions with problems I'm struggling now, it's not gonna serve me like 2 years from now, or 3 or 5 or 10 years from now. Like I got like he's been in the game for so long. So how do I get the most out of knowledge from him for like 30 minutes? And so I asked like one question for my issues right now, to accelerate my speed and to get to those bigger goals even faster. And then I focused a lot on like mindset preparation and like bigger goals. Like I said, like what's one trait you demand from me as like a young entrepreneur? What's something you see a lot of successful people have, and things of those sorts. And I'm glad with how it came out. It was, I think you gotta look more long term when you're talking to someone that successful.
So I thought every entrepreneur should have a dream to consult with Russell Brunson directly on one-on call, and this is the huge thing that you have done, and you can say it is my dream as well as okay, and you had complete your dream, and it is mine now. So the thing is, you have also attended the FHL. So could you tell me how was the experience of the FHL, and could you tell me the few things about the FHL, the people who want to join the FHL next year?
Yeah, it's like I said, like I did whatever I could to make it happen, and I would do it every time again. Like you just got to do whatever. Like if same thing happens next year, I'm gonna go to Mexico for 2 weeks, do whatever I can to get there. I had a great time in Mexico as well, so it wasn't like I was horrible. But most people won't be ready to spend 2 weeks here than to go there. But anyway, it's really when I say life changing, it's life changing because you change your beliefs, and when you're there, I was really pumped up, and you're nervous at first, but you realize very quickly that you're with your people. Like being an entrepreneur, being an online entrepreneur, not a lot of people around us, they don't get what we do, and so it becomes really tough. And the more you can surround yourself with entrepreneurs with the same mindset that you have, like it's just you're gonna accelerate your success so much. And I remember the first year I had a few friends and we sat in groups and we worked on certain things, and like questions I had been asking myself for like a year, we solved in like 5 minutes, just working in a group live there at Flanking Live, with the atmosphere, with the brilliant minds put together. It's so cool. And, you have all the speakers, and a lot of them you get to talk to as well. Like they're walking around there with everybody. Like if you're in a lunch queue, don't be surprised if one of the speakers is right in front of you. Like you can chit chat, you can talk with them, ask questions. It's huge opportunity, and it's $9.97. It's so worth it, without a doubt. Like do whatever you got to do to make it happen.
That's great. And the people, if you want to join the FHL next year, then you have to visit. And this is the life-changing moment for you. This is the life-changing event for everyone who want to join that. And it is also my dream to visit out the FHL. So the thing is, after the FHL, you took a 3 months of vacation. Okay, and this is the biggest thing. And the my biggest question is, when you just on the vacation, how did you manage your whole business?
Yeah, it was so much fun, and I'll give you a few extra like insights here from things that it was just the most amazing trip. Like I was away for like you say, pretty much 3 months. I was in Mexico, I was in the US, I did a lot of trips down up and down in the US, and I was in Spain as well, and just had a blast. And I think like honestly, I wish I would have like I thought I was going to be spending more time on my business, but sometimes you just don't have to because you've done the work beforehand. So the work you put in now is going to get you're going to get rewarded tomorrow. So because I had put a lot of hard work in beforehand, I didn't spend that time during the trip, during the vacation, right? And it was it was cool. I think if you're wanting to travel and spend time on your business, be somewhere for at least 2 weeks, um, because otherwise it becomes hard setting like becoming like getting into your workspace and like your routine and stuff. And I'll tell you this, I was at Falcon Live, and one of the mentors I told you about, but after dropping out of college that got me into affiliate marketing, I haven't talked to him in like 3 years, and I was just in this program, and that's how I learned from him. And then I was walking out the elevator at Falcon Live, and I see the guy. I'm like, Andrew, what's up? I didn't know you were gonna be here. And he's not in the ClickFunnels space at all, so I was super surprised to see him there. And then he invited me down to Mexico. He invited me to Tulum for his birthday party. I could meet so many cool entrepreneurs, have some live, like really like dream adventures and things going on there. And I met the one guy, Gary, who told me that like, if you want to travel, you got to stay somewhere at least 2 weeks if you want to keep working on your business. But moral of the story is just like put yourself out there. Like if I hadn't gone to Mexico for 2 weeks beforehand, there's so many things I would have missed out on. So sometimes you just have to take a risk. You have to do things that people are not willing to do, and just believe that you will get rewarded from it. And that trip was so worth it from me. Like I never would have believed I would have gone to my mentor's birthday party in Mexico and partied and had a lot of fun there. And it happened because I put myself out there. It would have never happened if I just stood still and did nothing.
That's great. That's really really. I can just feel the vibe that you are just sharing with us, and I can just feel the moment that you have enjoyed at that situation and the vacation. So the thing is, ah, when uh, you are on the vacation, you have launched you have done your one event that is about the content. Yeah, right. So you have to tell me what the event you have done and what is related more about that, and how we can just create our content, because I know you just created the 36 5 days content on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a blast. So I had a we like this started earlier this year. Like I think in like January, February, I had an idea like, hey, people are going to be at Fun Hacking Live, but after we leave Fun Hacking Live, there's so many ideas in our head. Like you get so much information that you just go back to being on, and that momentum you had during Fun Hacking Live kind of gets lost. And so I was talking to friends of mine, throw like an event, and we get paid to go to Funnel Hacking Live. Like we have people pay for tickets to go there. We can do workshops. We can talk marketing and content, and it all went so well. We had a content mastermind. I'm actually randomly I had the workbook out here today because I was planning some content, and so I had a workbook, of course. But we rented a sick villa. It had a pool, rooftop jacuzzi, pool table, gaming room, and so many cool features. And we had about 30 entrepreneurs come and join us. And we had some guest speakers. We talked about content. We talked about some ads. We talked about sales, and all related to content. And people loved it. It was fantastic. 3-day event. We worked really, really hard during the day. Once again, surround yourself with other entrepreneurs who think like you. And then we had a lot of fun during the nights as well, making the most out of Florida and making the most out of the house. it's really cool. If you guys are looking to come to Funhacking Live, we're probably doing it next year too.
That's awesome. I thought I will just join your next event. Definitely, definitely.
You're more than welcome,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you are just inviting the 30 entrepreneurs and the guest on the show, when you're just talking about the sales and the other things, so could you tell me the few things about the sales, how we can just close our client, our dream client easily, how we can just sell our affiliate product or something that can be more easy for us?
Yeah. I think and this is, I did a lot of interviews after I won the ClickFunnels affiliate contest, because people want to talk with me, like, because literally I'm an underdog. Like, I beat like Steve Larson and other people like in the contest. And I'm like, wow, crazy. And then people ask like, how the heck did you do it? You don't have a big audience. I'm like, no, but I was able to sell a lot because I did these things. So like, I think the key thing, like I said, community, huge, but creating true relationships with people online. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of people. There's big groups. There's smaller groups. People see your name, but they might not attach it to something good. But if you can create a true relationship with someone and like show them that you actually care to help them and become their friend, you might be the only person who's doing that for them online. And for that, they're going to follow you. And for that, they're going to buy from you. So like the best sales trick ever is just creating a true, genuine relationship with people. It goes for offline when you're in person. The person who, creates the best relationship, creates the most rapport with the person, is the one who's going to end up selling them. And it's the same thing online. If you can be the person that they like the most online and you're seen as an authority because you're helping a lot of people, and you maybe even create your own community, selling becomes really, really easy because people, they're already like halfway through buying because they like you. You just have to present them with a good offer, which is like the third part, just creating a great offer, and give it out there. The more offers you put out, the more money you make.
Awesome, awesome. And I thought relationship is everything. If you want to make the sale, we have
It
to
is.
make the real worthy relationship. And relationship is the net worth, right?
Yeah,
Relationship is
exactly.
our net worth. Yeah. So the time is running now. So I want to ask you about if someone want to connect with you and want to hire you as a mentor or the coach, so where they can connect you.
Yeah, thanks so much. The best place, like I said, I've got a community. That's where I put up a lot of trainings. Like I said, I worked a lot on content today to get that done. So my Facebook group, and I don't like calling it the Facebook group because it's so unsexy. So like the club, the community is called the MVP Club, and it's, you can find it on Facebook, and you can hit me up on Instagram or on Facebook, Wilhelm Winald, just like my name said earlier. And you got the link there for the MVP challenge as well. You can join the MVP club there. Thank you so much, brother. That'd be the best place to connect with me. Any questions, if you need help, like feel free to DM me and I'll help you out in the best possible way I can.
Yeah. So any other takeaways or any other golden nugget that you want to share? Because I know your time is so much precious and you have to do a lot of tasks and a lot of things. So any other last thing that you want to share with my people and my audience?
Yeah, I think I touched on it a little bit, and this is one thing that Russell said during the coaching call as well. Is like, I'll share this quick story. Like, he, after college, he created his first company. He was hiring his friends because he didn't know what to do, but he needed workforce, so he hired his friends, and they sat around and they studied him, and they're like, after months or like a year, they're like, Russell, you know what? Like, we've been looking at you now for quite a while, and like, you're not really good at anything. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, we're making all this money, and I'm the CEO. And they're like, yeah. You're doing good, but you're not really great at anything, but you're always in action. You're always doing things. And because of that, opportunities come to you. Like I mentioned, I went to Funhacking Live. I went to Mexico. And because of that, other opportunities came to me. I got to travel to Mexico, and my mentor actually wants to work with me. And great things come when you take action. And Russell said, like, none of those great things happen if you just stay back, you sit in your chair, and you don't take any action, and you don't put yourself out there. But when you do, the universe rewards you, and you get a lot of cool things happen to you because you are taking constant action all the time. And that's just been like the number one takeaway for me during this whole vacation, during this trip, flying live, my own event, is just taking action, putting myself out there. Because when I do that, I know great things come to me. But if you're just staying put, not doing anything, you're not going to have any great opportunities come to you.
That's the biggest golden nugget ever, and we have to take the action. And it can be an imperfect action, right? It can be an imperfect action, but we
Yes,
have to
yes,
take the
so
action.
key.
If you Yeah, if we want to do something, then if we have any dream, so we have to take the action. Action is our key to success, right?
Yeah,
Right,
you're a
William?
lucky guy.
So
Your audience is lucky to have you, man. You're very, very clever.
thank you so much. And the one more thing is, I'm so much grateful to have you on my show. Thank you so much for your precious time. And I hope, and I will just share your every link to our show and our description, so people will connect you and share a few things too and connect the relationship with you. So thank you so much for coming on my show. Thank you so much, Vinod.
Thank you, Sarai. It's been my pleasure. We had a lot of fun. Thanks for everybody watching as well. Like, please, you've just spent like, I don't know if you watched the whole thing, 30 minutes with us or just some minutes, but take action on it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste. So take action and see your goals get hit.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, William. Thank you so much. So yes, people, you just watch out our interview with William, and he just shared a golden nuggets, a huge golden nuggets, and the huge value with you. Okay, and if you want to do something, then you have to take the action. Without taking the action, you can't do anything. Okay, so just make the notes, and don't make the notes. Just implement the golden nuggets that you have learned from the William. So this is all about for today episode, and I will be thankful to you as well as to having me on my show and just watching all the show, and just I will connect you on the next show. Thank you so much for watching this.